Hey everybody, Tim Owen here. I want to welcome you again to our You Finishing Well channel. It has been quite a while since we have posted anything, and to be honest with you, I've just been on the fence, man, about should this be like a camping thing, because we're going to be doing a lot of camping this coming summer for about 4 months heading out west, or should this really be on the topic of you and me finishing well? And I just really, maybe a blend or some kind of hybrid of both. But anyway, without further ado, I want to tell you about something today that truly has changed my life and my wife's life. And it's a very simple thing. It's a self-analysis of the 6 main areas of your life. It takes you about a minute or so to do it. In fact, I'm going to kind of draw it with you and show you kind of how to do it. But the more important element of this analysis is defining, not just labeling, but defining the 6 main areas of your life. So if you would, grab a piece of paper. You can do this on a napkin. You can do this on a piece of scrap paper. It doesn't really matter. Very simple to do. Excuse me. So without further ado, here's what we're going to do. So draw a circle on a piece of paper. Put an X in it. Draw a line down the middle from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And then what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to label, remember this is a graph, now it looks kind of like a pie chart, but it's not, it's a graph. And in the center, that is going to, on a scale of 1 to 10, going to be a 1. So that means it's kind of a low rating. On the outer edge where the spoke meets the outer rim, that's going to be the perfect 10. Now, here is where things change a little bit. A perfect 10 for a certain area of your life for you might be different than a perfect 10 for me. So we're all going to rank this differently, which is why I think it's really important to kind of define them. So after I explain what they are, if you will, bear with me, and then I want to kind of give a common definition so that we're all on the same page, okay? So at the 12 o'clock, let's write the word spiritual. And then on the next spoke, going to your right, I want you to write physical. And then on the next spoke, we're going to write educational. And then on the next spoke, we're going to write professional. And then the next spoke, we're going to write family. Bear with me. I know this may seem very simple as you're doing it, like, man, I already know this stuff. Well, hold on, but just bear with me. And then the last one is social. So let's define them. Well, first of all, let me tell you how to graph it out. So somewhere between the center and the outer rim, on a scale of 1 to 10, we'll start with spiritual. How's your spiritual life? Well, we're back to, well, based on what and compared to what? Well, that's why I kind of want to define it. But on a scale of 1 to 10, if you put a dot in the middle of that line, it would be a 5, obviously. So if you want to go ahead and do that, you can do that real quick. Well, how do you stand in your physical life? How do you stand in your educational life, your professional life, your family life, and your social life? But let's define them real quick. Spiritually, I'm a spiritual guy. I've said, if you've watched our intro video, I give you a lot of information on that, but I'm a spiritual guy. I'm a Christian guy. I'm a God person, a Jesus person. So for me, the most important thing spiritually is if something were to happen to you or me today and we were to die, you've got to really ask the serious question, what happens to me after I die? Is there really a God, a Jesus, a heaven, a hell, and so forth and so on? And where are you in that area? Have you secured eternal life, if you will? Another area of spiritualness is, what's your prayer life look like? Do you worship? Do you take your family to church? Do you read the Bible? Do you meet with other people and talk about things of the Bible? Do you actually implement the things and the commands of the Bible? 2 most important commands: love the Lord with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and then love your neighbor. 2nd command, most important command, love your neighbor as much as you love yourself. I always like that one because those were given out by Jesus Christ himself. And I don't think he has a problem with us having a little bit of narcissism in us. Love your neighbor as much as you love yourself. Well, that's some level, that's narcissism. And the question is, not do we love ourselves, but do we love other people as much as we love ourselves? So to me, that's sort of a very high level, very fast definition of spiritual. Now look at the second area. The second area is physical. Well, for a guy who's always fought a little belly fat and some love handles, if you know anything about health, you know that you will never take care of belly fat and love handles. Some of you may have more belly fat and love handles than others, but you're never going to take care of that by working out. That honestly, the two things that get rid of belly fat and love handles, as silly as that might sound, is drinking and eating junk food. And I think everybody knows you don't need a lecture on health and eating right and working out. But I do think everyone knows that you don't overcome good health and physical fitness anywhere else except at the table. Working out gives you strength, working out gives you flexibility, working out gives you stamina and endurance, but the true health of our bodies, the height, the weight, is really done at the table, and I think everybody kind of knows that. So from a physical fitness standpoint, are you flexible enough? Is your height and weight? Or do you look the way you want to look? I mean, how's your health going? Because honestly, you can't finish well, you or me, unless we have our spiritual life in place and we feel good and we're physically fit, so we can have a good quality of life. The third area is educational. Everybody has heard leaders are readers. If we're not learning, we're probably eroding. And the key to growing is to continue to educate ourselves on things. As a business owner, now that we've sold the business, I'm not in the business anymore. Personally, we have, in the last probably 5 years, worked on focusing on hiring young people. Now, again, we're not in business anymore. We sold our business a couple of years ago. And the reason we did that intentionally, because we were aging, but we wanted to learn from younger people. But vice versa, we wanted them to learn from our experience and the things that we had learned in business. We wanted to pay that forward and pass that down to them. And then that involved a lot of reading. Right now I'm reading a book on how to develop a YouTube channel. Right now I'm learning how to operate a drone, GoPros, my new iPhone. I'm writing 4 books. How do you edit a book? What's that cost? And there's just a lot of new things to learn. All of these things, if you think about them, spiritual foundation, physical fitness, and being educated has a lot to do with you. If you don't charge your batteries first, you are no good to other people as they plug into you during the course of the day. We learn that very quick in running a business. So the way that you will see me prioritize these first areas of your life, you'll find that they actually are investments in yourself. Because again, if you don't take care of yourself, you're no good for other people. The next area is professional. And that's your career. Do you even like your job? Do you like your boss? Do you like your hours? Are you working toward being financially independent as you age? I'm not a big fan of retirement. That's another conversation on another day. But how's your work going? Is it growing? Do you enjoy it? Are you underworking? Maybe you need to work more. Maybe you need to work less. Maybe you need more time off. But if you were to evaluate your boss, your atmosphere, your hours, and are you able to invest in life? The way we ran our business is we always said our life is the dog, but our job is the tail. We never wanted the tail wagging the dog. So we always honored our employees and let them have a life and let them meet their personal goals. You know, our goal was to help them reach their goals. And then at the end of the day, it was a win-win for everybody in business. By the way, we were in the employee benefit business. So we would counsel and consult large companies with their 401k, health insurance, dental, stuff like that. And large employers, or actually any employer, really, they don't buy those things. They hire people like us to consult and help them search the market, negotiate cost, and make recommendations, enroll the employees, blah, 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 all that various things. So that's kind of what we did for a living. So how's your job going? And now the other two areas deal with other people. At this point, you now have your spiritual life in place, you're physically fit, you're learning, good career, and now you're ready to invest in your family. How's your family life going? We've all heard it's not the quantity of time you spend with your family, it's the quality of time. Well, I would probably challenge that and say quality is quantity. Are you eating at the table? Or do you do normal family things? You know, honestly, my wife and I are counselors. Life is not made up of the big anniversaries, the big parties, the graduations, the holidays. Those are fantastic and they're fun. We believe that life is really made up of the 1,000 little things. Are you home and are you with your family to do those 1,000 little things? If not, maybe that needs to be reevaluated. And then last, of course, are your friends. I don't know if you saw, it was actually pretty good, the Matthew McConaughey thing that he did. Gosh, I forgot the name of it. I forgot. I'll think of it in a second. Anyway, it was 6 hours long, and he talked a lot about friends. Do you have friends that actually are good for you? Do they build you up? Do they hold you accountable? Are they friends that actually make you better? Is it like iron striking iron? Everybody's getting sharper. What do your friends look like? When we are coaching younger people, we say, show me your friends and I'll show you your future, because we are who we hang out with, and I think everybody knows that. So there's the definition. And at the end of the day, sometimes I think it's important to stop pretty routinely and evaluate where do you stand in all of these areas. And by the way, this is only the beginning. The next step to this is then setting goals, not objectives, but goals in each of these areas so that you can change, grow, and improve. So what's the difference between a goal and an objective? Well, and everybody has different opinions on this. This is just my opinion. A goal simply has a deadline. An objective, I'll give you an example. An objective is I want to lose 10 pounds. A goal is I want to lose 10 pounds by July 31st. Well, now you've got momentum, now you've got urgency, now you have a deadline, now you need to plan your work, and now you need to work your plan. And that's how you frankly get stuff done. So, I don't know if this is helpful to you, but we thought we might break down other things that kind of are included in this graph on some other videos. And then as we jump in the camper, we got an Airstream camper a couple years ago, and we'll kind of blend life stuff with fun stuff and kind of what we're doing and what we're learning. But we're probably at that stage of our life where we want to share what we've learned. Hopefully there's somebody out there that they may not want to make as many mistakes as we have, and they may not want to make the same mistakes that we have. So I hope this has been helpful, and kind of look forward to our next videos, and we'll kind of share with you some other ideas that kind of are woven into the concept of these 6 main areas of your life. You guys have a great day. We'll see you soon. Thanks.